Level 1. The motherboard. You are 15. You sit at the bright kitchen table with your father. You snap a new processor into a custom computer motherboard. Your father watches your hands. He smiles with intense pride. He calls you a genius. He believes you will change the world. He wears a heavy blue canvas uniform. He works grueling physical labor at a steel warehouse. He ruins his knees and his back to buy your computer hardware. The kitchen wall clock strikes 8 in the evening. He puts on heavy steel-toed work boots. He leaves for the warehouse night shift. The heavy front door locks shut. The house falls silent. The parental vacuum opens. You sit in your dark bedroom. The neon computer monitor illuminates your face. You want to validate your father's pride. You want to pull your family out of the working class. You access an underground coding forum. You boast about your network penetration skills. A stranger sends you a direct message. He offers you 1,000 physical dollars to test a simple software script. He claims he needs a third-party developer to find bugs in his code. You crave the validation. You calculate the risk as 0. Level 2. The enter key. You are 15. You download the encrypted file. You execute the code on your custom machine. A green progress bar fills your monitor. The script finishes. The terminal window closes. Your smartphone vibrates on the desk. Your digital wallet receives $1,000 in cryptocurrency. You convert the digital coins into physical cash. You buy your father an expensive leather massage chair for his aching back. He sits in the chair the next morning. He closes his tired eyes in absolute comfort. He tells you he is the luckiest father in the world. He thinks you build basic websites for local businesses. You smile. You swallow a sharp spike of guilt. Your ego makes you blind to the architecture of the trap. The stranger does not care about your coding skills. The stranger operates out of a concrete bunker in Eastern Europe. He targets high-value American infrastructure. He needs an American residential IP address to bypass geo-blocking firewalls. He needs a disposable human shield. You are not an elite hacker. You are a script kiddie. You hold the weapon. The syndicate aims the gun. Level 3. The blackout. You are 16. 6 months pass. You execute scripts every week. It is a cold Tuesday night. Your father is at the warehouse. The stranger sends a massive encrypted payload. He orders you to inject the new payload into a specific IP range. He offers you $10,000 for 1 hour of work. You do not verify the target address. You open your command terminal. You type the injection command. You press the enter key. Green text cascades down your black monitor. The script finishes. The stranger deletes his account. Morning arrives. You walk into the bright kitchen. Your father sits at the table in his dirty work clothes. He watches the local morning news on a small television. A breaking news banner flashes red across the screen. A massive ransomware attack paralyzed the regional hospital network at midnight. The graphic on the screen shows a locked medical monitor. The script locked critical medical records and life support systems. Ambulances divert to other cities. The news anchor reads a statement from the Federal Cyber Command. The government traced the origin of the attack. The digital trail ignores Eastern Europe. The trace leads to your specific suburban zip code. The federal government sees your IP address. Level 4. The paranoia. You are 16. You stare at the small television screen. The news anchor mentions federal arrest warrants. Your stomach pulls into a tight physical knot. Your father drinks his dark coffee. He shakes his head at the television screen. He calls the hackers cowards. He looks at you and smiles. He says he is glad you use your computer skills for good. You nod. You cannot speak. You excuse yourself to the bathroom. You lock the hollow wooden door. You vomit into the white porcelain sink. You return to your dark bedroom. You format your hard drives. You smash your storage disks with a heavy steel hammer. You throw the metal shards into a public dumpster in the cold rain. But you know the physical reality of the internet. The internet service provider logs every single connection. The federal agents hold the logs. They will raid your house. They will confiscate the custom computer your father ruined his back to buy. They will lock you in a concrete federal prison. The heavy boots will march up your driveway. Level 5. The sandbox. You are 17. The hospital network remains locked. The syndicate demands $5 million in cryptocurrency. The hospital refuses to pay. Local patients miss critical surgeries. You carry this physical guilt in your chest. You stop sleeping. Dark circles form under your eyes. Your father notices your physical exhaustion. He puts a warm, heavy hand on your shoulder. He tells you to rest. He tells you the computer code can wait. You look at his tired, calloused hands. You realize you must fix the hospital network. You buy a cheap offline laptop with physical cache. You build an isolated virtual network. You call it a digital sandbox. You isolate a copy of the encrypted ransomware payload. You do not execute the script this time. You strip away the fake developer identity. You open the raw, naked code. You stop acting like an arrogant script kiddie. You sit in the absolute dark. You study the complex architecture of the malware. You read thousands of lines of green text. You hunt for a single structural flaw. Level 6. The reverse engineer. You are 18. You map the entire syndicate network. The syndicate writes elegant, destructive code, but they possess sheer human arrogance. They reused an old decryption key structure. You exploit the outdated cryptography. You write a custom decryption tool. You stare at the final lines of code. You hold the master key to the hospital database, but sending the key exposes your physical location. The federal agents hunt the original IP address. You need a massive distraction. You analyze the command server in Eastern Europe. The syndicate left a tiny open port for remote server monitoring. You pivot your connection through 3 offshore proxy servers. You slip through the open digital port. You access the master server inside the concrete bunker. You look at the raw digital files. The syndicate stores massive lists of stolen credit cards. They store unencrypted chat logs detailing international targets. You smile in the dark bedroom. You prepare the Houdini trap. You crack your knuckles over the plastic keyboard. You prepare to burn the syndicate to the ground. Level 7. The federal drop. You are 19. You sit in the dark bedroom. You connect to a public coffee shop network via a long-range antenna. You bypass your home router. You package the custom decryption tool into a single digital file. You write an anonymous message to the Federal Cyber Command. You attach the hospital decryption key. You attach the unencrypted chat logs from the syndicate server. You attach the massive database of stolen international credit cards. You paste the exact physical GPS coordinates of the Eastern European bunker. You press the Enter key. A green progress bar fills your monitor. The massive data payload drops onto a public federal tip server. You wipe your digital fingerprints from the transfer. You close the offline laptop. You disconnect the battery. 2 hours later, a federal administrator runs your decryption tool. 10 miles away, the hospital monitors flash white. Critical medical records unlock. The life support systems reboot. You save the innocent target from your bedroom. You feed the federal agents a massive international crime ring. You weaponize pure bureaucracy. You become a ghost. Level 8. The burn down. You are 20. It is Tuesday morning. You sit at the bright kitchen table. Your father eats dry toast. He watches the local morning news. The breaking news banner flashes green. The news anchor announces the hospital network is restored. The anchor transitions to an international news story. Interpol and federal agents execute a massive tactical raid in Eastern Europe. The television displays armed agents breaching a concrete bunker. They drag the syndicate leaders out in thick metal handcuffs. The news anchor praises an anonymous cyber tip. The Federal Cyber Command shifts all resources to prosecute the syndicate. They ignore your residential IP address. You gave them a massive feast. They ignore the crumbs. Your father cheers at the television screen. He points a calloused finger at the arrested hackers. He hopes they rot in a concrete cell. He looks across the kitchen table at you. He says he is proud you are an honest genius. You force a wide smile. Your stomach twists. You walk out to the cold garage. You smash the offline laptop into sharp pieces with a heavy steel hammer. You sweep the plastic shards into a black trash bag. You return to the warm kitchen. You pour your father a cup of coffee. Your family is safe. He will never know the truth. Level 9. The invisible burden. You are 25. You delete your anonymous chat applications. You wipe your hard drives. You graduate from a massive public university. You wear a sharp gray suit. A corporate cybersecurity firm hires you. They pay you a massive salary. You buy your father a beautiful house in the suburbs. You force him to quit the steel warehouse. He cries thick tears of joy in the living room. He holds your paper diploma in his calloused hands. He calls you the absolute pride of his life. You force a smile. Your stomach ties into a tight knot. A heavy padlock seals your lips. You are a genius who crippled a regional hospital. You are a good son who placed a federal target on his kitchen table. You saved him, but you must carry the lie. You monitor the underground coding forums on weekends. You see new syndicates operating from new concrete bunkers. They post the exact same job listings. They offer 1,000 physical dollars to test simple software scripts. You realize you did not kill the monster. For every script kitty who escapes, 10,000 teenagers fall into the trap. The syndicate machine hunts for a new residential IP address. Level 10. The next motherboard. You are 30. You sit in a bright office. You drink hot black coffee. You are safe. A different sun sets over a different city. A new father sits at a small kitchen table. He wears a dirty gray mechanic uniform. He watches his 15-year-old son build a custom computer. The father smiles with profound pride. He calls his son a genius. The kitchen clock strikes 8 in the evening. The father puts on heavy steel-toed boots. He leaves for the night shift to pay the electric bill. The heavy front door clicks shut. The parental vacuum opens. The new boy sits in the dark bedroom. He wants to prove his intelligence to the world. He logs onto an underground coding forum. A blank user icon sends him a direct message. The stranger offers $1,000 to test a simple script. The boy thinks he is an elite hacker. He does not know he is aiming a digital weapon at a regional hospital. He calculates the physical risk as 0. He downloads the encrypted payload. He smiles, opens the terminal window, and presses the enter key.